How often does something like this happen to you? You have a brilliant idea on your morning commute, but by the time you get to the office, it's vanished. Or you have just read about a new study that's totally relevant to the meeting you are in, but you can't remember what it was. If you are like most people, stuff like that happens to you all the time. We are living in an age of information overload. According to the New York Times, the average person processes the equivalent of 34 gigabytes of information every day. That's simply too much for one brain to deal with. Luckily, technology offers us the tools to file, recall, and recombine information as efficiently and intuitively as a second brain might. In this video, you will learn how to build a second digital brain. In the process, you will free up your actual brain for deep thinking and creativity, and you will never forget an important piece of information again. Sounds good? Let's get started. Hello and welcome to Think Big. Here we summarize books for you in an entertaining fashion. Meet John and Amelia. They are both knowledge workers. John has a second brain. Amelia doesn't. A typical day for Amelia looks something like this. Amelia wakes up and her mind is flooded with scattered thoughts and ideas. But before she can follow them through, she is distracted by the ping of email notifications. She spends the morning putting out fires in her inbox. There is no time to gather her thoughts before an afternoon meeting. Worse, she spends half the meeting sifting through files, trying to find the numbers she needs, and loses the thread of discussion completely. After work, exhausted, she carves out a little time to work on her passion project, but quickly gets discouraged. She can't remember where she left off last time and has no idea what to prioritize now. She goes to bed and the cycle repeats the next day. John's typical day looks a little different. John also wakes up to scattered thoughts, but he quickly types down promising ideas in his notes app. On his way to work, he mulls the ideas in more detail, making an audio voice note of potential challenges and solutions. When his afternoon meeting rolls around, he has the agenda ready to go, as well as extra information he thinks could be pertinent to the discussion. And that idea he jotted down this morning, it's refined enough by now to present to the board. That evening, with time to spend on his passion project, he knows just where to begin work. John isn't smarter or more capable than Amelia. He simply has a second brain. So, how do you build a second brain that works as well as John? It's easy. Once you crack the code, that's code as in CODE. Each letter stands for one of the 4 steps for building a second brain: capture, organize, distill, and express. Let's start with that first step, capture. We are surrounded by information inputs, both external and internal. Capitalize on those inputs. When you encounter a piece of information you want to remember, you should capture it. That might look like taking a screenshot, bookmarking an article, or even recording a quick voice note. Simple. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, I do this already, and I definitely don't feel like I have a second brain. Well, you're probably making 2 mistakes. First, you're capturing the wrong things. Often, we capture things because we think we should, even when we don't feel any connection to them. We end up with way too much information that doesn't mean very much to us. Second, you're not centralizing the knowledge you capture. Any standard digital notes app should do the trick. Set all your modes of capture to export and automatically update everything you save to that one central digital space. Still feeling overwhelmed by all the information you are capturing? Follow the lead of Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman, who had a reputation for innovative, out-of-the-box thinking. Feynman wrote a list of about a dozen core questions that he wanted to answer in his research. Whenever he came across a new piece of information, he would test it against these core questions. Using this method, he often found solutions in the most unexpected places. Maintaining a list of core questions will help you focus your captures even while you build an eclectic library of knowledge assets. Now, you are ready to unlock your second brain and take control of your knowledge. To build an effective second brain from captured knowledge, organization is crucial. The PARA method, P stands for projects, A stands for areas, R stands for resources, and A stands for archives, is proposed for structuring this digital brain. Projects are short-term tasks, areas are ongoing commitments, resources hold unassigned interests, and archives store completed endeavors. Projects are most actionable, while archives are least actionable. Assets should be sorted batch-wise for analytical context. This approach ensures knowledge is ordered by actionability rather than mere accumulation. The next step in the code system, distill, is all about subtracting. Here's what 4 layers of distillation might look like in action. First, you save an article that sparks your interest. Second, you read through it and highlight key passages. Third, you bold key ideas and phrases within those passages. Fourth, you write an executive summary of those key ideas, no more than a few sentences. The aim is to make critical takeaways easily discoverable and save time when revisiting the knowledge later. We have reached the last step in the code system called Express. You have gathered information, organized it, and distilled it into key takeaways. Now it's time to put that knowledge to use. Get your projects off the ground using intermediate packets. What are intermediate packets? They are small, actionable chunks of a larger process. You will be able to pull off astoundingly big and complex projects if you just break them down into discrete, achievable steps. We can't truly understand something until we have gotten our hands dirty. In other words, when you use the knowledge and insights you have gathered to create something new, that's when you can truly consider yourself an expert. You can change your relationship to information when you create a digital second brain that allows you to intuitively store and sort information. Using the code system, you can capture, organize, distill, and express knowledge. Once you are in this habit, you will never find yourself forgetting critical information or ideas again. Thank you for watching Think Big. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Watch more videos by clicking on the video here.